Well, hello, Internet. I'm back yet again, and getting a bit of a sneezy coffee thing, but that's okay. Rolling Rock. Goddamn right. So another NWOBHM single tonight. We're gonna go with Jaguar, or if you want to be really classy, Jaguar. Jaguar. Axe Crazy, CW War Machine. Another one of the classic NWOBHM singles. NWOBHM, of course, associated with Tigers of Pantang, Venom, Blitzkrieg, Just Cox. Yeah, coming out of Walton, England. And if we flip it over, in fact, this is going to be one of those cool fun fact fuckers. So, look at that. Yeah. Tape Op Conrad. Conrad who? Kronos from Venom. That's who. So that's cool there. And then a fun fact I got from the Neat and Tidy book written by John Tucker. He's a fabulous writer on British heavy metal. You should really check out his shit if you haven't. He's got a great book with the guitar player from Diamond Head, Brent Totler, Biff Biffle the Saxon, Susie Smiled, one of his great books, and then Neat and Tidy is his latest piece, from my understanding. Did a lot of liner notes for Sanctuary Records. But back to this record. He talks about in that book that Jaguar apparently had art picked out for this record, and this is just nicked straight from their demo. It's that artwork. So, and then the photo they used for the back apparently is out of focus. That's not even the one they wanted used. But, you know, it's Neat Records. Neat Records is nefarious at this point for basically not having someone to check, and I don't want to say this in a negative way, but the little mistakes got by. And I'll go through those as we go on with other records in the future. But no one was really kind of, you know, doing like a quality control thing for them, making sure there's no typos or any of that. So, into this record, we'll just talk about what's going on here. And I like the whole black and white single cover thing. I think it's really fucking cool. And I like, too, I know there's some DIY people like, oh, yeah, punk and metal and all that's got to look like a fucking Xerox. I like that it's got a color back, and I also like the black and white ones. Either way is cool with me. The black and white ones, you have this sort of feel of mystique, mystery, and the color ones are cool, too. I'm guessing it's a cost thing on having these pressed. Again, you know, with Neat Records stuff, look at that there. They could capitalize Neat, but not Records. Okay, well. And that's not to dock Neat Records. Of course, they're out of Newcastle, England. And I don't want to bitch about them because they produce some of the best singles of those days. And I know, too, the band said that they weren't particularly happy with the overall sound of this. It was a little bit muddy. They liked the I think it's Backstreet Woman, but correct me if I'm wrong. That might not be the title of their first single that came before this. And I believe at the time, this vocalist here, Paul Murrell, was new, of course. And we have Jeff Cox, who apparently did the artwork. On bass, Chris Lovell on drums, and Gary Peppard on guitar. There they are again. Just a pile of fucked up guitars and cool shit. You guys having fun. Going to the Neat label. Because, of course, before we talk about the music, let's talk about the aesthetics. That's all we're about anymore anyway in society. Pop out the label. And this is the red era of Neat labels. And then, oh my god, a different logo than on the cover. Oh no, I guess it is pretty close. They got it pretty close this time. So this is, of course, the era. This is 1982 when Neat started changing colors. If you follow Neat Records, know a lot about them. They went through some different colors. I think, from my understanding, and this is probably completely fucked, the original ones were that orange kind of color. And then they went to this red, and then to a silver kind of thing. Kind of at the same time, I know the silver hit the LPs, it seems like, first, before it went to the 7-inchers. And then I think really at the end they went blue, but again, I could be completely fucked on that. I know the beanie ones are orange. And this is 82 and it's red. I've seen a couple 83s that have the silver, so that's my observation. But let's talk about the single. So again, it's their second single. Catalog number, Neat 16, so it's the 16th release from Neat. And I guess 17th if you want to include Leadweight. the neat sampler they did on cassette, pressed in Italy on vinyl. Again, I'll get to that another day. This is an interesting record, and the A side for me, I know it's classic British heavy metal, classic NWOBHM or NWOBHM, but it's proto thrash, you know, really fast, kind of crazy over the top, and you know, double kicks, a snare, kind of like Overkill was from Motorhead a few years before this. Big guitar solos, all that, and of course, Paul had these big vocals, not like Sean Harris big, you know, not like that Robert Plant thing, but you know, pretty kind of close to that. The big classical heavy metal vocals. But so that's your front thrash song, and you know, and it's cool. A lot of people get into that, and here I'm going to be the huge ass to say that I like the B-side War Machine better. Now, Axe Crazy, I'm not going to nick it. That's classic British heavy metal. People accepted that, and they love that song, and that's cool. But for me, personally, not looking at it as historic contents, because I get the importance of Axe Crazy, and if you want a great 7-inch just to lay down and just headbang to and drink a beer, this is it. War Machine, the B-side to me, though, is it's a ballad, but not a sucky 80s ballad. And how do I put that? You know, it's got the nice chords, and it's got the chorus, you know, oh, peaceful chords, nice melodic vocals, oh, thrash out power chords kind of thing. But they do it with taste, which was hard to do in the 80s, because everyone was doing that whole pretty part, heavy part, pretty part, heavy part, epic guitar solo. And they blend their guitar solo into the melody in such a way that it doesn't follow that cliched formula. So overall for me, I mean, yeah, this I picked up as part of a collection years ago, so I can't tell you what is exactly a good price to pay for this, and when you're just getting screwed. But you know, I'm glad I picked it up, and what's weird is I had it on a reedition CD for the Power Games album, and I think I overlooked Axe Crazy and War Machine, and there's another one on there I can't think of at the time that's a bonus track. I think it was on the 60 Minutes Plus, but again, I could be completely off. But I overlooked it until I had it on vinyl, and I played it a few times, and Axe Crazy was cool, because, you know, it's like, I don't want to associate these guys with them, but I know that they're notorious for that stuff and taking that style. Those guys, I mean, let's face it, they took a lot of British heavy metal and Americanized it. But the B-side of me was just like, damn, that's cool. It's a ballad that isn't like cliche stuff. It doesn't suck. And not all ballads suck, but a lot of ballads are cliche. Put me on the radio, please. Get me my money and my pussy ballads. And that wasn't it. It was actually a good, nice... You know, War Machine's Cold War themed. It's talking about radiation and bombs and all that. But overall, it's a great record. It's somewhere here on YouTube. Look it up. And I do want to make the comment before you go and look up Power Games, which I do really enjoy Power Games. I don't own a vinyl copy. I have it on the CD reissue through Metal Blade, the American label that licensed it from Edgy over there. But yeah, I feel like the sound on this for me is a little bit clearer. To me, it's more dynamic, it's more punchy, which is typical of Neat. A lot of their albums are kind of produced on an EP budget, and the singles are all right. I mean, they're not amazing. Sound quality, recording-wise, pretty goddamn good, but they're not, you know, the fucking Black Album here, okay? You know, they're done on a budget, and Neat singles sound pretty good. They're not the... at the time, kind of like, well, it's like punk, but with guitar solos sound where it's just, you know, like, really lo-fi. It's pretty decent. It's pretty legit. Obviously, the early ones are a lot cleaner for me on the Neat singles. This one is still pretty goddamn well produced. And let me just see. I know Keith Nicole did the engineer on this. It looks like, yeah, produced and engineered by Keith Nichols. I don't know. Just bust me on it. I can't say his name right. I've had too many beers. But yeah, check it out. It's a great single. Probably one of the best works of Jaguar. A lot of people really like the Power Games album. It's a fucking great album. I think it came a year later. But this single, this is great, classic shit. Thrash out on one side, and then have a good thinking piece on the B side. It's a great formula. It fits everybody. That's a huge fucking metalhead. You can thrash out and have a great, pretty, articulate piece on the other side. So that's all I got for now. We'll catch you with another single later.